The death of an American college student, Warmbier, days after North Korea released him from 17 months of detention, has people wondering, will this change how the Trump administration deals with the regime? The 22-year-old returned to the U.S. last week in what doctors called a vegetative state, saying he'd somehow lost a lot of brain tissue. Some even calling this murder.
There was murder committed here by the North Koreans. They usually take our people as hostages, as our guest just said, and use them as a bargaining chip. And something went wrong here, I suspect, that they overstepped their bounds and killed this youngster. But nonetheless, I think the one thing it will help us with from his death, certainly, it'll strengthen our resolve that we really have to do something once and for all about this regime.
Strong words. All right, joining me now is Governor Bill Richardson. He is the former U.S. ambassador to the UN, a former governor of New Mexico. Sir, thank you for joining us. Let me get your reaction, first of all, to what General Keane said, that we finally have to do something for real about this now.
Well, there should be a response from the Trump administration. I think their policy of helping Otto, getting him out, being aggressive was good. I give them credit for that. But I think we have to be realistic. We still have 3 more American hostages there. There's 1 Canadian. We need to get them out. I think we have to demand a full investigation of what happened by the United Nations. We need to get North Korea to disclose why was this man, Otto Warmbier, a young boy, actually, in a coma for a year. It was not botulism. It was not a sleeping pill. He might have been tortured. He might have been abused. We don't know the facts.
Okay.
We need to get to the facts.
But you mentioned getting the other 3 hostages out, and there are not a lot of Americans know that there are still 3 other Americans who are being held there. What do you think is the best way to do that? Because obviously the last administration thought that it was a good idea not to, anger the North Koreans by talking about this. At least that's what the family has said. President Trump, it seems, moved quickly to get Warmbier out. That didn't, it wasn't the outcome that the family wanted. So what's the right action for the 3 remaining?
Well, Melissa, I've been trying to get Otto Warmbier out for a year. I had close to 20 meetings with the North Koreans in the last year. I sent a delegation there. The Obama administration did try to get him out. Susan Rice tried to help, but there was a transition. The North Koreans were waiting to deal with Donald Trump. The problem is that the North Koreans are a closed society, and there's no transparency. There's a cult of personality.
Wait, can I just want to ask you before we run out of time, sir. I'm so sorry. I want to go back to what you just said. What changed, in your opinion, if you were working on this effort so hard? Because that's interesting. That's new information to us. What, in your opinion, changed that he was able to get out?
I think that President Trump deserves credit. They found out, the Trump people, the State Department, that he was in a coma. And they sent an airplane and demanded that he come out. The North Koreans agreed because they knew they had a disaster on their hands. They didn't want the young man possibly to die in North Korea. But it was still a major crime, what they committed. And I think they have to pay for that.
Absolutely. Ambassador, sir, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate your time very much.
Thank you.